There are 4 different techniques I always use for my bikinis. The first one here is my favorite. The second technique is very easy. For the third technique, this is one of the neatest. The fourth one is kind of like optional. Here's how I do it. I usually use the 2 strands of yarn like this. I need the thickness. If you use only 1 strand, it's probably too thin. Once you have the 2 strands, pull it. For the length of, I would go for 2 meters. Grab the crochet hook, insert it into the corner of any bikinis. I've done 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna do the last one here just to show you. Insert the crochet hook, pull the yarn through like this. Pull the 2 strands that you have, just pull for 2 meters on the left hand side. If you're right-handed like me, you will need to use the right hand to crochet. The crochet hook underneath like this, and then pull the yarn. Put the crochet hook underneath the top strands and the bottom strands. So it's probably easy to understand. Put the crochet hook underneath of the bottom strand and pull the yarn from the top strand through like this. Here's the bottom strand, the crochet hook under the bottom strand, pull the top strands like this, bottom and then top, bottom, top, like this, and then keep going until you get to the end of the 2 meters. This technique is quite easy and I think they look quite beautiful. The texture of the cord is quite thick and I think that looks really nice. It's a little bit stretchy. The length of it's around 21 to 23 inches. It's the length I need for the bikini straps. If you need it longer, you need to pull the yarn more than 2 meters. Almost the end of the yarn, you will have the length of 2 inches, and then you can cut the ends of the yarns off so they have the same length. And then I will pull all the end through, and then tie it at the end. Just tie the knots like this. You can trim the ends, but I leave it like this. They look quite nice, and the thickness of the strands, they won't break. It's my favorite strings. The second one that I'm going to be showing you how I do the strings is to get the 2 strands of yarn again and then just pull it. I would go for 2 meters as well. This one is very easy technique. So insert the crochet hook at one of the corner of your work and then pull the yarn through like this. Just use the change. This one is very easy technique. So basically just change. This is one of the easiest strings. Just keep changing until you get to the end of the yarn that you have just pulled. I'm using the 4 strands of yarn. It's very thick. It won't break. So 18, 19, that should be fine. Then cut off the yarn. After that, pull the yarn through and tie the knot at the end. We'll have something like this. This is all chains with 4 strands. For the third option, if you need something very neat, so basically just need to pull the yarn through at one of the corner of the work. I will tie it like this and then change 100 chains. So you can compare, you can measure from the previous one. You can count the chains. Basically just do the single crochet on the second stitch from the hook and do the single crochet in every stitches. So just keep going with the single crochet until you get to the end. At the end of the work, cut off the yarn, weave all the ends in. Here is the last stitch or the last change, and then I still have one here. I will skip this one and then I will do the slip stitch onto the work piece you're working on, and you will have something like this. Do the slip stitch, chain one, and then cut off the yarn. You can weave all the ends in. Basically, pull the yarn through and tie it at one of the corner of the work. So this one I need to weave in later. And then what I do for this technique is pull the yarn through like this and then change 3. And you do the triple crochet on in the same stitch. Pull the yarn through once, twice, and the third one do another triple crochet on the next stitch. Pull the yarn through once, twice, and close. So you will have this thickness. On the second row, I will chain 4. Turn the work and do the triple crochet on the second stitch. Pull the yarn through once, twice, close. Triple crochet on the last stitch here. I'll do it on the back. Pull the yarn through once, twice. Chain 4. Triple crochet on the next stitch. Triple crochet on the last stitch. Chain 4, turn the work, triple crochet, triple crochet on the last stitch, something like this. So continue doing this until you get to the length that you need. For the bikini's bottom, I do it shorter than the bikini's top. After you've got the length, you can just change. Cut off the yarn and pull the yarn through. Alright guys, the 4 different techniques I always use for my bikinis. The first technique here is my favorite. It's kind of like easy, fast, and I love the textures of the work. Second technique is very easy because you only need to change. It's quite fast. For the third technique, this is one of the neatest. It's change and then you get back with a single crochet. It's one of my favorite too, but it might take longer time than the first technique. And the fourth one is kind of like optional. The look of it, I think it's quite nice. This is entirely up to you which techniques you want to use. These are all the tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to write down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I still have many more videos to share. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.